Kidd Kraddick in the morning.
The Showbiz Top 5.
Hey, this is Kellie Rasberry. I've got your Showbiz Top 5 for Wednesday, August the 26th. Patrick Stump got arrested really late last night. Not probably as bad as it could have been. It was an outstanding misdemeanor traffic warrant issued by the Beverly Hills Police Department. But it was bad enough that he was held on $15,000 bail. Hillary Duff reportedly went ballistic on her assistant and fired her on the spot after she brought back the wrong shoes. Now, Hillary had a very special pair of $650 Christian Louboutins on order. The assistant went to pick them up and brought back the wrong shoes. Is that the assistant's fault or the store's fault? Couldn't console Hillary either way. That girl is gone, and the two have not spoken since. Sources say Britney Spears is still in love with Adnan Baba Ghalib. What kind of hold must he have on her? Well, Dad took out a restraining order, so Adnan and Britney can't get near each other. Jamie Spears is said to have really orchestrated this relationship between Britney and her manager, Jason Trawick. She thinks he's a great influence on her and can calm her down. But Britney, they say, just isn't feeling that one. Nick Jonas says even though his brother Kevin hasn't set a wedding date just yet, he does expect it to happen before the end of the year. I mean, come on. That purity ring is practically screaming at him to be ripped off that finger. He's waiting for that wedding night. But Nick says they have been talking a little bit about the wedding, no specific details, and that Kevin has not picked his best man yet, but I'm sure he's going to go with dear old Dad on that one. Chris Brown was formally sentenced yesterday to 5 years probation for beating up Rihanna back in February. Now, during that 5 years, he cannot go near Rihanna. A 100-yard distance has to be maintained at all times unless they are at the same entertainment event, like an award show or something, and then that's reduced to 10 yards. Now, the judge says not only that, they can't communicate by phone, they can't communicate through a third party. This is really serious stuff. He, during that 5-year period, is subject to search and seizure 24 hours, 7 days a week, so he can't have any weapons on him of any kind, guns, knives, nothing like that. He also has to perform 180 hours of community labor. He has to go pick up garbage on the streets, clean bathrooms at, homeless shelters, whatever. That's what he has to do. He has to pay $2,500 in probation expenses, and he has to check in with the court every 3 months. His first visit is expected November 19th. Now, it turns out the judge, she caught wind of some of this sneaking around they were doing during the past couple of months when they were supposed to be staying away from each other. They're trying to basically rub our noses in it. They would both stay at Trump International Plaza, even though they would leave in separate rooms or different doors and never were actually seen together, and then having dinner directly across his yards. But the judge also, we found out yesterday, was privy to this other information that theirs has been a volatile relationship for some time. February wasn't the first time that they had gotten violent with each other. 3 months before that, while they were in Europe, they got into an argument. Allegedly, Rihanna slapped Chris first, and he pushed her into a wall. And then 3 weeks before the February incident, they were in Barbados, which is, Rihanna's home country. And they were riding in a car, got into another huge argument. Apparently, they fight a lot in moving cars. And instead of beating her up, he jumped out of the car and broke out the windows in the driver's and the passenger side. Nobody was hurt in that incident, but as you can see, violence just escalates until the beating she took in February. That's your Showbiz Top 5 for Wednesday.